You've watched the tutorials, you've done the courses, you can prompt ChatGPT and Claude. But if someone asked you to build a production AI system tomorrow, would you know where to begin? Well, most developers would not. And not because they are not smart, but because they are not focused on the right skills. Most roadmaps just hand you the list of tools. Learn LangChain, learn RAG, learn vector databases. And yes, those things all matter, but a list is not a roadmap. What we're doing today is different. We are going to talk about the 3 skills that separate developers who use AI from developers who build with it. And I'm going to draw this out as we go. You definitely want to stick around for skill number 3 because that's where we get into a very hot topic of AI agents. With that, let's get started with skill number 1. Now, reading from the source is what this skill is, reading the papers. Now, here's something senior engineers already know, and junior engineers figure out too late. The best source of technical knowledge is almost never a blog or a YouTube video. It's actually a research paper. I know what you're thinking. Papers are dry, papers are scary, I don't have a PhD, none of that matters. Well, papers have facts. Everyone else has opinions. If you want to know how a thing actually works, not someone's interpretation of it, you read the paper. So let me draw how I actually read one. You don't read a paper front to back. That's a mistake. Now here's the order that actually works for me. Start with the abstract, just the abstract only. It tells you the 2 paragraphs, whether this paper is even relevant to you. If it's got hundreds of citations, that's a signal. It's worth your time. If the abstract also resonates, then read the intro, not the background section. Skip that one. The intro tells you what problem they are trying to solve and what they did about it. Then jump straight to the conclusion. Yes, before the middle, the intro and the conclusion together tell you 80% of what you need to know to decide if the rest of it is worth reading. Then go to the model section. Now, this is usually section 3 in most papers. This is the technical core. This is where you spend real time understanding the problem, the statement. Skip the experiment results unless you're really trying to replicate or go very deep into it. Skip the highly parallel implementation details. Get the concept. If the math is hard, use Claude ChatGPT, give it the PDF, not the link, and start asking questions. It's genuinely good at breaking down paper math when you give it the actual document itself. You can also use Notebook LM. Where do you find the papers? Well, there's lots of great sources, Hugging Face, Google Research, Meta, OpenAI, Claude Research. I've listed some of them here and we'll link them in the description at the bottom as well. The papers you need for AI engineering. Well, start with byte pair encoding. Then attention is all you need. Then work through multi-query attention, grouped query attention, and mixture of experts, specifically G-Shard. I'll link the GitHub repos in the description below. Now, a quick aside before we get into skill 2, because this is the right moment for it. If everything I just covered, reading from the source, building intuition for how this stuff actually works, sounds like the kind of structured learning and upskilling you want to do, I want to point you to Datacamp. I've partnered with them for this video, and I've been using and recommending this platform for a while because their approach is genuinely what I like to call hands-on. You're not just watching lectures, you're writing code in the browser, building real projects, and getting feedback as you go. For what we're talking about today specifically, the Associate AI Engineer for Developers track maps almost perfectly to the 3 skills in this video. It covers working with LLM APIs, building RAG pipelines, and frameworks, and context engineering, all in Python, all hands-on. So when we get to skill 3 in a few minutes and I tell you building a real agent, this track is where you actually go and do that. And once you've worked through it, there's a corresponding AI engineer for developer certification. Useful because the AI job market is enormous right now, and a certification from a program that mirrors what companies actually hire for gives you something concrete on your resume and on LinkedIn. Both links are in the description. Check them out. Now, skill two is transformer internals. Now, here's a question for you. Do you need to know how a B plus tree works to be a database engineer? You don't need to build one, but you absolutely need to know how it works, what it optimizes for, what trade offs it makes, and why it exists. That knowledge is what lets you make good decisions when you're designing a system. So, same thing applies here. You don't need to implement a transformer ever, but you need to know what's happening inside one. There are three things inside a transformer. You need to really understand all three of them. First is the tokenization. How does the model take raw text and turn it into something that it can process? That is tokens. Tokens are not words, they are chunks, sometimes parts of words as well. Knowing this changes how you write prompts. So, second is vectorization. Every token becomes a vector, a point in high dimensional space. Similar concepts and meanings end up closer together. This is the foundation of everything: embeddings, semantic search, RAG. Now, if you understand vectors, the rest starts to make sense. And the third is attention. This is the actual mechanism behind attention is all you need. When the model processes a token, it's looking at every other token and deciding how much each one matters. It's doing this across multiple heads simultaneously. And you don't implement this at work in your project, but once you understand it, once you see why it exists, you start to understand why DeepSeek makes different trade-offs than GPT-4, why some models are better at reasoning than others, why others are cheaper to run. You can make real engineering decisions instead of just guessing. Now, the transformer is not going away. Even as diffusion models grow, the transformer is core to how they work. This knowledge compounds. So learn it once, it'll pay off for years. Skill 3, AI agents. Let's talk about that now. This is where we get to what you will actually be building in 2026 and beyond. Agents. These are the pieces of code that use a language model to make decisions and then act on those decisions using some tools. The LLM is the brain. The tools are sort of the hands. The loop looks like this. A user sends a query. It goes to the agent. The agent sends it to the large language model. The LLM decides what to do. Maybe it calls a function, a tool. Maybe it searches a database. Maybe it triggers an API. That result becomes part of this agent. The agent then responds to the user, and the cycle repeats. This is the architecture most AI products are built on right now, and it's only getting more and more common. Now, to build agents well, you need three things in your toolkit. Number one is understanding how LLM APIs work, how you send a message, how you handle the response, and how you manage tokens and cost. The OpenAI API is the most common to start with, but Anthropic's API is also worth knowing. Then second is learning MCP, the Model Context Protocol. It is how agents safely connect to external systems, GitHub, Google Docs, Zapier. If you want your agent to interact with the world, MCP is the plumbing. I've got a video on MCP that I will link in the description and maybe somewhere here as well. Now, third is context engineering. This is used to be called prompt engineering earlier, but it's grown into something much bigger. Managing chat history, user preferences, previous responses, and retrieval, all of that, the RAG, retrieval augmented generation, is the standard pattern here. You store information in a vector database, retrieve the relevant chunks when the user asks a question, and then feed it to the model as context. Build this, actually code one. That's how you will learn how to do this. The single best thing you can do this year, build an agent. A real one, the one that breaks, the one you debug, and the one that uses some tools. That's it. Check out all the resources I've mentioned in this video. They're all below in the description. If you found this useful, let me know in the comments as well. Show me some love by subscribing. And I go deep on AI engineering and cloud topics every week. There's one right here that I will see you in. Bye.